getting ready for Heat 2. There's trouble already. That's Theo Champney. It looks as though he's not going to be able to take the grid, and that is absolutely devastating. He was so strong in the first one. Now he's not even going to get a chance to show what he can do in the second, and he is absolutely livid. So it'll be Charlotte Stanley and Zane Quaker from Jacob Rump and Riley Buckton-Young, Lewis Smith, Dalton Haywood and James Roberts. Champney won't start, sadly, from Gilman and SIBBALD. Armstrong, Brown, Lauder, Corking, Hipkins, Boyd and Simpson. Now, last time, the mixed grids provided a little bit of drama in the first lap or so, then people got into their rhythm. 17 karts this time. It'll be much harder for the drivers to work their way through the field, and look, we got 2 or 3 of them already trying to make their way through to turn 1. Good start from Charlotte Stanley. She has already held it to the first corner. She's got pressure from Zane Quaker, trying to come around the outside. We're on board with Oliver SIBBALD as he dices past James Roberts. Roberts holds it to the inside line though, and gets back into the position. Now, did Zane Quaker take the lead? Yes, he did. So Quaker has got through at turn 2. You can bet that Stanley's going to retaliate very soon indeed. You've got 2 of the Sodi Kart Academy boys right in behind her as well, so there's going to be a lot of pressure, but Zane Quaker has hit the front and he'll be very happy with a brilliant opening lap.
Yeah, he'll want to win this race starting from the front, knowing that his main protagonists are further back. That is the 70, Jacob Rump.
It's Haywood getting through, so Haywood got past. Rump is still there battling for the podium. Look at this, some great battles on board with SIBBALD again. Roberts to the inside line, in fact, dicing on the inside of Smith and gets through. So Smith has to defend on the exit, tries to charge back. And Lewis Smith, who is in his first run of the championship in 2021. Here comes SIBBALD on the inside. That'll do, mate.
How great are these 360 cameras, Jake? They're a real revelation, a little bit like I've said before. A little bit like when we brought the drone in. Here we go on the drone, by the way. When we brought the drone in, it was a real revelation. It really revolutionised the quality of the coverage of karting in the UK. We've done 1,500 flights now, Jake. 1,500 flights this weekend. And the 360 camera reminds me a little bit of that. The quality of the production value just increasing exponentially.
It's amazing. Massive big up to Stu Stretton Media. They've really been helping us along with that. Here is Oliver SIBBALD. Again, on the inside comes Roberts, trying to dive through, and Riley Buckton-Young. That was a cheeky little manoeuvre. Caught Riley completely unawares there. And Riley Buckton-Young getting straight back on the horse. They've got a slower kart in front by the look of it. Here comes the move. Zane Quaker. Fastest lap of the race as he stretches away. Now, what can SIBBALD do to try and get on terms with Roberts this time as they go down the straight? Roberts defending to the inside as he tries to go on the inside of Jacob Rump. He gets through, and now SIBBALD on the inside of Riley Buckton-Young. He gets there, and as we go down the back straight, it looks like Charlotte Stanley is going to have some pressure now from Dalton Haywood as Rump defends from Riley Buckton-Young and Oliver SIBBALD, who is charging through. There's the move from Haywood. Beautiful. Lovely.
Really nice clean move up the inside in the hairpin for Dalton Haywood. Haywood goes second. He's driving in the Sodi Kart Academy Series as part of UKC this year, of course. We will be filming that championship, 8 classes, I believe it is, over 2 4-part programs.
Oh, look at this! We're going to have 3 wide as SIBBALD gets past Rump and Riley Buckton-Young gets boxed in. Very exciting stuff on the straight up towards turn 2.
Charlotte Stanley keeping Dalton Haywood very, very honest indeed, Jake, and that's what we like to see.
Yeah, James Roberts there in 4th position as well on the Haas chassis, and it's going to be interesting to see what he can do to get into that podium position. Couple of run wides there as drivers are still learning the lines of the circuit as well, and they're having to defend as well as attack. So you're having to be quite flexible in terms of where you put the kart and where you place it in the braking zone. Through turn 1, into lap 5. Quaker is long gone. Haywood and Stanley still battling for second. Roberts 4th, then SIBBALD, and look at this, nearly 3 wide for the corner. No way is he going to go to the inside. Armstrong does them all.
Great move by Armstrong. Lauder looking to make the same move on Rump, but can't get that done. Hipkins ran wide out of turn 1 over the curb. That would have cost him some time.
This is where you get the real confidence threshold of some of these drivers, like Rory Armstrong, who can just place it on the inside, knows he's quick, knows he's fast, and just launches. Some of those moves are so difficult to pull off in traffic, but Rory Armstrong's got the confidence to make it happen. Now, because of that good run at the start, Zane Quaker is now 3.4 clear. James Roberts, 4th position at the moment, but the fastest lap of the race. Side by side, here we go. Lauder on the inside of Rump, gets there. So too does Sebastian Corking. Through on the inside line, in the braking zone to the hairpin, and now they can resume their battle. Stanley goes a little bit defensive to hold off Roberts and chase after Haywood. and we've still got some great racing. It's amazing. We've almost doubled the grid, and we've doubled the action as a result here at Wombwell. Nice move on the inside from Corking. Beautiful. He gets through on Lauder.
Beautiful. Championship leader making places up. Other places on the karts trying to make places through the final turn. Can't quite get it done. But yeah, it's great to see 17 drivers here this weekend. And 17 drivers, a lot more than 10, and obviously you'll get the occasional squabble. Things might go a little bit awry now and again, but that's the nature of having a bigger grid.
Well, can we have 7 more drivers every round? That would be amazing.
That would
24
be great if
next
we had
time.
24 next time.
31 the time after that.
Action.
Oh, they both got off!
That's Lauder and Corking.
Oh, onto the grass
Corking's
and spun
carried on.
around for a Corking. That's unfortunate for him. Oh no, Corking kept going.
Yeah, Lauder's spun. Corking's carried on. He's lost 3 places, I think. Fastest lap. James Roberts is setting the fastest lap.
Indeed he is. Well, that's
He's
so
up to
unfortunate.
third.
That's so unfortunate for Corking and Lauder. They were having a great scrap over till about that point. They just both wanted the same piece of road. I don't think that was any driver's fault there at all. They just both wanted it. Here we go. Rump is defending to the inside as round comes Oliver Hipkins. Hipkins goes wide. Smith on the inside line. They now run side by side, and Rump is making that kart as wide as a Buick.
How close do you like your racing? Oh, fantastic.
Now they're 3 wide again as Corking tries to get back on the inside of Lewis Smith. Can't make it happen, and now they run in formation in the Caterpillar. Once again, Rump at the head, the 77, Caden Simpson at the tail. Now back further forward, we've got Dalton Hayward versus James Roberts, who's got into 3rd position now. He's trying to get off to 2nd. Stanley still there in 4th, ahead of Oliver SIBBALD, who is pushing hard, and Stanley knows it. Stanley knows. Is this the move from Roberts? Yes, it is. Look at that. Confidence and conviction. Slices through.
Beautiful. Now, Gary Roberts, his dad, has been umming and ahhing. He's been sitting on the fence. There's a few fence sitters thinking about Micromax, and Gary Roberts was one of them, thinking about it. He finally went for it last week, got the kart off Modus Motorsport, the new Haas chassis, designed by Jon Haas, by the way, Jake, who originally was the designer for Tony Kart. So when people talk about the Haas chassis and what pedigree has it got, well, it won the Junior Rotax Super 1 title last year. And if you want somebody who's got some quality behind him and some history of designing karts, then look no further than Jon Haas. And that's another great move by Charlotte Stanley.
Yes, it is. She gets the move on Dalton Hayward. So that's a nice move. She's back in the 3rd position again. So Hayward's got to try and come back.
That really impresses me because
Hayward with his hand in the air.
Hayward doesn't like, I don't know what's happened, but he doesn't like it. There'll be a few people putting their arms up this weekend.
I don't think there was any incident between them. There certainly didn't look like any contact. Here comes Hayward having another go on the inside. Lovely move. These two racing each other. Runs wide. And Stanley has another chance here to get back into the position. She's going to try again. Here we go. Inside line. This time, Hayward says no. There's no way you're having that.
And she's got SIBBALD and Armstrong, I think it is, behind her, Jake. So quality all around in front and behind. So Charlotte Stanley's got to show her mettle here.
Corking and Rump having a nice little battle for 8th position. I think Corking actually, has just got past Oliver Hipkins, so it's those two having a scrap. Bit of a moment out of the turn. Oh, that's a mistake from Dalton Hayward. As through goes Stanley, SIBBALD and Armstrong. They all get through, and Armstrong on the inside line of SIBBALD, but SIBBALD holds it. That's very impressive.
Absolutely brilliant. Stanley goes one side, SIBBALD goes the other. I'm not sure what happened to Hayward out of turn 1, but obviously had some sort of issue, and now he's on the back of this little Caterpillar.
He must have clipped the curb or something. Now on the inside of Armstrong. Is he going to run him out of road? He does. Armstrong's gone on the grass. Oh dear.
Time for Armstrong to put his hand in the air this time.
Well, no, Rory Armstrong very composed. He goes to the grass and thinks, right, that's how we're playing it, is it? Okay, I'm going to have another move like that later. SIBBALD alongside Stanley. Overpasses, underpasses, in fact, before they even get to the braking zone. Drifts wide on the exit. Stanley tries to get the switch back. And now we've got Hayward and the 68 of Rory Armstrong trying to close up. Let's watch this again. Was there contact? I'm not sure there was, actually.
Not sure there was.
There was just the slightest wheel rub. It certainly wasn't intentional. I'm not sure there was contact. I think Armstrong essentially just realised there wasn't going to be enough room for both of them and took to the grass. Discretion, the better part of valour.
Just should mention, Jake, Quaker was a mile out front, and his lead is being closed by something like a second a lap.
It is indeed.
James Roberts.
Do you know what? We've got a minute to go. there might just be time, depending on when Quaker crosses the line to start the final lap, there might be time for something to rumble here. There is Quaker. You can see the difference. Oh, goodness me. Haywood and Stanley absolutely on the lock stops as they run side by side through the right-hand flick and just about stay away from each other. SIBBALD still there in front of Stanley. Look at this for 10th. You've got Rump, Smith, Buckton Young, Brown, Gilman, Simpson, and now Lauder. Lauder has joined the back of the train, so he has managed to get back a lot of the time lost. So now he needs to try and charge his way forward. Excellent. This is what great karting should be about. Everybody in the pack has the chance to race against somebody to the finish line. Excellent.
There you go, there's a confirmation. So Zane Quaker, second a lap slower than earlier. He's got some sort of mechanical issue, Jake. He's got a mechanical issue, and he's going to be caught on the last lap. Here it comes. This is the last lap.
Oh, my
That's
word.
Quaker out front. Roberts in behind.
Yeah, Roberts has got 1.1 just in the toe down towards the turn 2. He'll gain a little bit of time. Still, this battle for 10th place is absolutely unabated as we've got Rump, Smith, Buckton Young, Brown, Simpson, and Gilman and Lauder absolutely nose to tail. Get back to the leaders, guys.
Lauder's
we want
in
to
front of
see.
Gilman there, Jake, as well.
Yes, indeed. Excellent manoeuvre. By my mathematics, the next lap is going to be the last one because of the moment when Zane Quaker crossed the line, and he is hemorrhaging time hand over fist. Here's Aston Brown on the inside line of Riley Buckton Young. Good move. Is Lauder getting through as well? Yes, he is. They go into the last lap now. Quaker and Roberts will try and pick them up at the right moment, but this battle's pretty tasty too. Rump, Smith, Buckton Young now passed by Aston Brown. Brown is there in a good position. And we're going to hold up for these guys as they battle away for 10th position. Here we go. This is it. Roberts has caught up with Quaker. I think Quaker's got an issue. And Roberts sweeps by.
Oh, what a final lap for James Roberts. And his dad Gary's sitting on the sidelines thinking, I'll tell you what, buying this Micromax last week, suddenly that's turned into a really good idea.
He snatches the win on the last lap. Quaker's giving everything he can to snatch
comeback.
it back. He's doing his best. He's getting there, but not in time. It's Roberts that snatches the victory in front of Zane Quaker, with Oliver SIBBALD coming home in third in front of Dalton Haywood. Absolutely astonishing final lap run. And we've got the 17 working his way through to the front. Lewis Smith has managed to get past Jacob Rump right at the end of the race there. Another great last lap steal then. Victory for James Roberts in front of Zane Quaker, Oliver SIBBALD, Dalton Haywood and Charlotte Stanley. Despite the front fairing penalty for Rory Armstrong, he doesn't lose a place. Sebastian Corking in 7th from Braden Boyd, Oliver Hipkins and Lewis Smith. James Roberts triumphs in the second heat of 3. The third one could well be the most exciting of the weekend.